It took a few months of preparation to get to this point, but the day has finally arrived for our first overland excursion of 2020. As we hit the road heading to central Pennsylvania, we were surprised at how light the traffic around the city was for a Friday morning. Two and a half hours into our trip, we passed through some quaint little farm towns near Hershey, Pennsylvania. The area outside of these small towns proved to be very interesting to say the least. With rolling hills and farm equipment on the street, the area lived up to our expectations and provided a much needed change of scenery than our usual city landscape. We finally arrived at the turnoff to our campsite, so we thought. As the campsite we were heading to was a private campsite on privately owned land, which we had received permission from the landowner to spend a few nights camping there. But as this was a rural area, the turn-off we were looking for was not clearly marked. Although we did not know this at the time, we missed our turn-off by a few feet. As we kept crawling down this windy dirt road, we began to wonder, is something wrong? The description of the campsite we received from the landowner showed a pond, and as of yet, no pond. As I told my suspicions to my wife, she being an adventurous spirit, said, "Let's go a little further and see what we can find." And I was all for a little exploration, so we continued on down the path. We finally came to a clearing, and after not seeing any signs of a campsite or a pond, we decided to head back to the main street to see where we made our navigational error. This brought to mind a saying that was prevalent during my Navy days, which is, "We don't get lost, only momentarily disoriented." Although this first path was not the path we thought it was still very fun to explore, and the scenery was beautiful, not to mention it gave me a little time to play on some muddy roads. Last night was quite rainy, and this left the trail a little slippery and sloppy. After twisting around on the path for a bit, we finally found the trail heading back to the main street. Although this has been fun, a little exploration and the muddy trails, me and Sudan are excited to get to the campsite, the place we will call home for the next few days. We finally made it back to the main street, and we were surprised to see how close we actually were to our final destination. It turned out we had only missed it by a few feet. Now that we are on the right track, neither one of us can wait to see what this place looks like. Although I personally have been camping many times in my life, this was for the first time Sudan has actually slept outside in a tent, and as you can imagine, the excitement is building. As you can see, we finally made it to our destination, rest and relaxation. That's what it's all about. See, the Sudan is taking to it like a fish to water, picking her feet up and reading a book. And the pond wasn't so bad either. Leo running around playing ball, he seemed to be having a blast. The campsite was pretty good. A little bit tricky to find and hard to get to. Now Sudan's going to play a little cook, and she's going to cook us some food and see how that goes. You know, me. I'll give her a few pointers there, you know, from the old pro. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Got some corn, got some other good stuff. Let's see how that works out for us and see how it goes. And then maybe we'll take a little time, chop some firewood, get ready for tonight. You know, gotta have like a little bit of killing going on so we can get the fire going. As you can see in the background, there's a lot of smoke, so the wood's pretty wet. And we'll see how that goes. Don't look at my butt. Don't look at my butt. That'll hurt you. Don't do that. Just look at the wood. And there we go. Put the wood in the fire, and we're all good to go. See how that works out for us. Yeah, you know, gotta cook some food and do some marshmallows. The marshmallow thing. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll see.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for.
Okay, you're recording, you're on.
How do you like your steak?
So Sudan is cooking steak. Who's on the other side?
How do you like your steak, honey?
Medium rare.
Medium rare, okay.
Let's look at the steak first.
Let me see. Oh,
This is our little barbecue grill that we just set up.
the corn is ready.
Oh, baby, tell them about what you
This one will take about another minute. That will be good. Because you said medium rare, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Alright. Yes, I need to cover it a little bit.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Let's rock and roll.
Nothing better than after a good meal to sit around the fire and relax. Join the wood and play with the dog. That's what it's all about. And that's what we're up here for. Rest and relaxation and to get away from all the people and everything that gives us headaches.
I still recall the first time I saw you. I was so nervous to talk. Happened so fast. Went from so lonely to falling asleep in your arms. I used to be afraid to fall in love. My past relationship was a disaster, but now I don't care. 'Cause you took my scars, bruises and broken heart, numbed all the pain, showed me how to heal, and now I don't feel broken anymore. Still got your smell wrapped in my bedsheets. Don't wanna wash it away.
Yeah, after all the preparation and the meal making, it's time to sit down and cheers and enjoy the food. And afterwards, a little rest and relaxation. Leo's sitting there; he seems to be enjoying it just as well. And just relax a little bit and take in the scenery, because this place is really beautiful. It's one of the better ones that we've stayed at. As you can see, you have the lush green forest, and the ground was covered with grass, which was a great bonus. That means, everything wasn't as muddy and stuff, and you could walk around without getting your shoes covered with mud. Not to mention that some of the other ones we stayed at weren't great. I mean, this one I think for 2020 was by far one of our favorite locations, and it was one of the first off-road, uncivilized camp areas that we went to, and it was a nice experience for all of us involved. Even Leo enjoyed it.
To be afraid until
Here's one of those things that I found in the past that make you go, how did this get here? It's in the middle of nowhere. It's falling apart. And if I had to guess, I mean, it kind of looks like it might have been an outhouse at some point. Found this, not too far away from that little shed or thing that was falling apart. I mean, this looks like somebody, like a well at one point. Like somebody dug a well, and maybe at one point they had a bucket in there and they were getting it the old-fashioned way, is all I can see.
don't feel broken anymore. Numbed all the pain. Show me how to heal, and now I don't feel broken anymore.
Early morning. Whoa, it's a little bit chilly. Got the sweatshirt on and making a cup of coffee. Nothing tastes better when camping than a hot cup of joe. So that's coming up and we can hardly wait. Come on, coffee. Let's do this. This is some scenery. This is the pond on the property. We were like right in front of it, as you can see. But as you can tell, all good things must come to an end, and this is us breaking down the camp. It's not so bad. We've actually come a long way from them. This is one of the first videos I made. It just took me a while to finish it. But we have a trailer and everything now. But even then, putting everything away was an easy job. And it worked out pretty well. As you can see, we're just packing up the tent and packing up the car and pulling it around and getting ready to put everything away.
And all I was asking of you was to never break it.
Yeah, as you can see, this tent was one of those tents, that you could actually, it has like a flap on the back that you can unzip and you can like connect your vehicle to it. It wasn't a bad tent. We never actually used that feature because it just, didn't seem something that we needed to do at the time. But it was relatively large and it was comfortable. We were able to fit a queen size cot bed in there and mattress, and it wasn't bad. And Leo slept on the floor, under the cot, and as you can see, it was relatively easy to break down and put it away, and it worked out really well. Now we use the tent on the top of the trailer, which is 10 times better, but this, for what it was really nice, and we enjoyed it.
We were just kids in love. I gave you the best of me.
Now that we've backed everything up, and it's time to hit the road and head back home, and looking forward to a hot shower and sleeping in our own bed tonight. As you can see, leaving the place we were going to miss it. We enjoyed it a lot, but there's nothing better than getting to the end of the trip and getting back to the house and getting back to the normal routine.
Every season chasing the shadows. They were slipping right out of my hands, but I lingered. Now I know where I stand. Call it amazing. You wanna do right by me in all we are facing. Yeah, I wanna do right by you. Call it amazing.
So we're heading out now, and from all of us to all of you, see you next time. Hit that like and subscribe button, and happy trails.